The crazy thing with mental health is it can make you feel like you will never be more than what you are. You may be in a job that you really, really love, but everything in your head will force you to believe that you are nothing. But if you're in a job that you really love, I just want people to know that actually you really can progress, and it takes work, it takes some self-discipline, but you can be more. You can be more. I actually think it's easier to be a manager than it is to be a normal employee, because when you're a manager, you can build your own team, and if you know what your strengths and your weaknesses are, you can then employ people who can cover your weaknesses. If you're wondering whether or not you can actually be a manager when you have anxiety and depression, the answer is yes, because 9 times out of 10 you are normally playing a role anyway. So manager Jason is very, very different to Jason at home. It's more of a facade, and so there are things that I can do as a manager that I can't do as myself. I have to go over and speak to customers. I have to host as one of my job roles, speaking to people that I don't know in my own life as Jason. That is really, really scary to me. However, as a manager, I completely understand what my jobs are and what's expected of me. And so just because I have these mental health issues, it doesn't necessarily mean that I can't be a manager to do those jobs. Because I have my manager facade, it means that actually I'm more than capable of doing absolutely everything that is required of me as a manager. It just means that in my own personal life, I can't do the same. I just can't do some of those things that I'm tasked to do as a manager, which is strange and makes no sense. I used to think that I couldn't have any form of progression due to my anxiety and depression, and then I learned how to kind of control it a little bit. I remember I got promoted to my position as general manager. That was through some real hard work, and I remember sitting and explaining to my area manager all about my mental health situation, and it was so freeing, it was so liberating, and it took a real massive weight off my shoulders, and I'm really, really grateful to him for being there to just listen and to understand. And then that allowed me to for me, what I find difficult is in my head, I'm constantly being told that I'm going to fail or that I can't do stuff. And so what happens is that leads me to do everything I can to not fail, because if I miss a target or I miss a budget, in my head all that I hear is, you see, you should never have this position. You're not good enough to have it anyway. What do you know? You shouldn't be doing what it is that you're doing. And what I've learned to do is to kind of weaponize my own anxiety against myself. So what happens is I will find new ways to be successful simply so that I don't have to hear that voice in my head telling me that I can't succeed. And so what I've learned to do is regular reviews of my performance. From a business point of view, the fact that I'm able to weaponize it and be successful in my job is really great. But for my team, I have had to learn that actually my mindset and my goals and my dreams of achieving success can have a detrimental effect to the team, because I will be striving no matter what to hit success, but sometimes that can come at a cost to my team, because my team wouldn't necessarily have the same mindset, the same work ethic, which is completely understandable. You know, for me it's a career, for other people it's a job. And so over the years, what I've had to learn to do is stop and pause, but also explain to my team, this is what we are trying to achieve, and this is how we are going to do it, and this is why I'm choosing to do what it is that I'm doing. Because sometimes it can probably feel to them that I'm pushing to succeed just so that I can be top of the charts on whatever it is that we're being measured on. But actually it couldn't be further from the case. It's not really about work or my own company setting me goals. It's myself. It's what happens for me personally when I don't achieve those goals, when I don't achieve the budgets, and I don't achieve hitting those figures. In my mind, that is what plagues me the most, because it means that I will probably have a rough set of days where my mindset takes control over me. That happens less frequently now, but it's a skill that I've learned and I'm still learning. But if I can do it, you can too. If you're good at your job, don't allow your head to win. Get your foundation straight and maintain your roots, and you'll be able to succeed as well.